Hey, good morning, everyone. Tim Phillips here on Mix 93, and a guest, not quite in the studio, but on the phone here in the studio is Madeline Deveroux. Hey, welcome, Madeline.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, we're doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Hey.
To be here.
Oh, yeah.
On the phone.
I know. It's kind of hard to get you going early in the morning. I know you're on tour. We're playing Madeline's first hit called Out Tonight, good up-tempo stuff with a little bit of attitude in it, and we'll talk about that coming up a little bit. But Matt, why don't you give us a little of your background, Madeline, and how you got started in this whole crazy music thing?
Yeah. Actually, my parents are both musicians. My dad was a guitar player, and my mom was a singer, and they met in Indiana, actually, and started a rock band, and then I was born, and I play guitar and sing, and I have a very big family full of a lot of music, and actually, Robert Goulet was my great-grandfather, so.
Oh, really? So, well, a little family history there, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes back.
So I've obviously just second nature to get involved with that from a very young age, it sounds like. What, did you ever have a particular style of music you wanted to do, or what made you branch out into what you're doing right now?
Well, I started out in high school playing in like a rock band, like most people do, and then did my own little acoustic thing and started to write my own music without the band in it. It tended to be more country, but it was still rock, kind of in the middle, really, because I get stuck in between the two genres. I love them both so much.
Right. Well, and coming from the heartland, that probably answers the question of where that came from, too, then.
Yeah.
Well, so you're out touring right now, and you're calling us on the road in Arizona. Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah, Arizona, driving to Santa Rosa, New Mexico.
And so you're playing shows, every couple nights and continue to tour? Or how widespread you going here with this right now?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, last week was a little crazy. We played 2 shows in one day a couple times because we were doing a high school tour where we were going to high schools and playing for them at their lunch, which is a really cool thing.
Oh, wow.
I wish I had that in high school.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and then we were playing at the county fairs in town, and we got to play on a really cool stage before Bret Michaels. But it was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
Wow, that sounds like, and for us, it's like raining and snowing this week, so county fair doesn't sound like much fun for us, but at least you must be in a little warmer spots to do that.
Yeah, no, it's warm over here. It was a little windy last week, but that didn't stop us from playing.
That's good. Well, it's good to just soldier on and do all that. Now, I know we've gotten the single, and I haven't really researched this much, but do you have a full album out there, too, as well on this?
I'm actually in between all of this. I'm recording on my laptop.
Oh, wow.
And in the studio when I go back and forth or whatever. But we're almost done with the album, and I think we're going to have a big release show in June. There's a couple songs on my iTunes that are released, but there's going to be a lot more later.
Right. Yeah. I guess with iTunes, who needs albums? You can do about whatever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's a process, and recording in the laptop's got to be kind of weird to do too. I'm sure. But let's talk a little bit about the song about Out Tonight and where that came from. Yeah.
Well, actually, my bassist and he also records for me. He's a great mixer and producer. And we were talking about how we just wanted to write a fun song. And because actually we were listening to a Randy Houser song, and so one day he started playing like a little riff on the guitar, and it was Out Tonight, and all of a sudden, like, it took us like 20 minutes, and we wrote the whole song.
Wow.
Went into the studio, which is the good thing about having a bassist who records.
Right, exactly.
Went into the studio, recorded it all, finished it in a week, and then sent it off, and everyone loved it and sent it off to the radio.
So do you have any like weird stories yet for things on the road, or has it been, as far as the world of rock and roll goes, fairly straightforward, normal?
Definitely a lot of weird things. I guess the craziest part is the weird people you run into, or not used to a certain town. Or I know that we had to stay kind of the bad part of town.
Yo.
And just the whole night we were up all night just because people were coming over and looking through the window and just doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot of funny stories on tour. It's usually just weird.
Yeah, some scary stuff too.
You're always half awake, so.
That's true. And then you got those people eating those deep-fried 17-bean corn dog things or whatever the new creation is at the fair, so you got to be careful of those folks too.
Oh, yeah. No, I won't eat the fair food, especially before performing, because with my luck, I'll get on stage and I'll feel awful.
Yeah, it was nice to get through it. I'm sure nervous enough when you're trying to do all that and everything. So you got the tour, you got the hopefully studio time planned, and anything else on the side you doing, or this is more than enough to take your time for right now?
We did make a music video for Out Tonight that was released on YouTube, so you guys can go check that out. It was a lot of fun to record, and I think it's a really fun video. I think it turned out great.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll tell you, we'll put in the show notes for today. We'll put a link up to that so folks can kind of check that out.
Awesome.
And that'd be good to do. So, all right. Well, it's been great talking to you, Madeline. I know you got a lot to do and a lot of driving and to do and some corn dogs to avoid maybe, but we'll wish you well on the rest of it. And hey, when you get the rest of those songs out and ready for release, make sure you ship us some, would you?
Oh, yeah, of course. I will send you my whole album.
All right. Sounds great. Hey, have yourself a great day, Madeline.
You too.